Quick note before we start. I'm a hairdresser. I've been behind the chair for 28 years, since 7 July 1998. I'm not a doctor. Nothing in this episode replaces your doctor's advice. It sits alongside it. If something in this episode feels like your situation, that's a conversation to bring to your GP or your dermatologist, not a reason to skip them. Okay, let's talk about the shed. Here's the whole episode in one sentence. The woman asking at 2 in the morning, "Is this working or is it hurting me?" That's what today is about. I hear it in the salon at least twice a month. A client sits down. She's 2, 3, sometimes 4 weeks into oral minoxidil or spironolactone plus minoxidil. And before she says hello, she says, "Esmael, I need to know if this is normal." She's brought photos on her phone. She's brought the drain guard from her shower. One woman literally brought hair in a Ziploc bag to show me. And behind all of it is the same fear, that she started a treatment to grow hair, and it's taking hair. Here's what I say to her, and here's what I want to say to you, if you're in that same spot right now. You didn't break it. You didn't ruin your hair. What you're seeing has a name, it has a timeline, and I know this sounds impossible, it's often the exact signal that the treatment has started to work. Let me explain what I mean. Worse before better gets thrown around a lot. Nobody actually explains it. Let me try. Every hair on your head is on a cycle. It grows for a long time, years, then it rests for a few months, then it falls out, then a new one starts underneath. Normally you don't notice because everyone's hair is on a different point in the cycle. Some growing, some resting, some falling. It's staggered, quiet. Then you start a treatment like minoxidil. Minoxidil essentially tells resting follicles, wake up, start growing now. And here's the part nobody explains. For a new hair to come through, the old resting hair has to be pushed out first. It's already dead. It's already done. It's just sitting there, waiting. The new hair coming through is what evicts it. So, what looks like my hair is falling out more is often a lot of resting follicles all got the wake-up call at the same time, and they're all pushing the old dead hairs out at once. That's what the shed is. The shed isn't the treatment failing. The shed is a whole batch of follicles being told to grow at the same time. It's noisy, it's messy, it looks nothing like recovery, and it is often exactly what recovery looks like at the start. I'm not saying every shed is that. I'll come back to when it's not in a few minutes. But the vast majority of the sheds I see in the chair in the first 3 months on minoxidil, that's what they are. Let me give you a rough map. This isn't from a study. This is what I actually see across a lot of clients over the last few years since oral minoxidil became a real option. Weeks 1 and 2, baseline. You start, barely anything happens. You might feel a bit hopeful. This is the calm before. Weeks 3 to 6, first shed wave. This is when most women panic. This is the wait, it's worse moment. Brushes, pillows, drains. Noticeably worse than baseline. Weeks 8 to 12, a second wave. Not always, but often. Softer than the first usually. Some women don't get this second wave at all. Some get 1 instead of 2. Bodies vary. Around month 4, stabilize. The shedding calms down. The hair coming out roughly matches the hair coming in. Around month 6, regrowth becomes visible. Not, she has all her hair back. Visible density, fine baby hairs at the hairline, a ponytail that feels a little thicker between the fingers. That's the honest map. 6 months, not 2 weeks, not 1 week. And the ugly part, the shed, sits in the first 3 months. Nobody hands you this map when they hand you the prescription. That's what this episode is trying to fix. Quick one, because it matters. Why does the shed come in waves? Why isn't it just one big wave and then done? Because your follicles aren't synchronized. They never were. Some follicles got the minoxidil signal and started growing on day 5. Some didn't wake up until week 4. Some are still sitting in resting phase and won't get pulled into growth until month 2. Each group creates its own small shed as its old hairs are pushed out. That's why the shed doesn't stop overnight. That's why it comes and it goes. That's why one week feels fine and the next feels awful. It's not that the treatment turned off and on. It's that a different batch of follicles has just switched over. Understanding this changes how the shed feels. It stops feeling like the treatment is failing every second week. It starts feeling like waves of follicles going through the same door. Okay, so you're mid-shed. You believe me kind of that it's part of the process. What do you actually do? 3 things. 1. Monthly ponytail thickness photo. Same day of the month, same light, same phone camera, same brush before the photo. Measure the ponytail circumference with a bit of string if you want to be really precise. The shed lies to you day to day. Your monthly photo doesn't. In 6 months, you want to look back and compare month 1 to month 6. Not this Tuesday to last Tuesday. 2. Keep the dose stable. Don't panic stop after 2 weeks. Don't have the dose because the shed scared you. Don't switch to something else at week 3 because a forum told you to. The shed is predictable. You're on the timeline. If you stop and restart, you may just restart the shed clock. Talk to your doctor before changing anything. 3. Check ferritin and thyroid if you haven't yet. This one I say to almost every woman who lands in the chair. Minoxidil can wake follicles up, but if your iron stores are low or your thyroid is out, the new hairs don't get the raw materials they need to grow strong. A blood test isn't glamorous. It's the single thing most likely to move the needle after the treatment itself. Ask your GP. Now the important part, because I said the vast majority of first 3 months sheds are worse before better. I did not say all of them. 3 signs to stop scrolling and pick up the phone. 1. Shedding still worse at month 5 and beyond. The timeline should have stabilized by then. If it hasn't, that's not waited out territory anymore. That's a conversation with the person who prescribed it. 2. Scalp pain or burning. The shed itself doesn't hurt. If your scalp is stinging, burning, tender to touch, or you're seeing redness or flaking, that's not the shed. That's a skin reaction, a possible infection, or an intolerance. Doctor, not forum. 3. Hair coming out at the roots in clumps from specific patches. The shed is diffuse, a bit more all over, especially when you brush or wash. If you're seeing round bald patches or clumps coming out of one specific area, or the hairline pulling back visibly week to week, that's a different pattern. That needs eyes on it. Those 3 are the ones I ask about in the chair. If any of them are you right now, stop the podcast, book the appointment, come back afterwards. I'm going to close with something small. There's one sentence I say to almost every woman who lands in my chair mid-shed. I've said it hundreds of times. It's not clever, it's not clinical, it's this. This is the part nobody prepared you for. It doesn't mean you're broken. That's it. Because in every one of those chair conversations, underneath the drain photos and the 2 a.m. forum spirals and the panic, what she actually needs to hear is that this is a known moment. Other women have walked through it. It has an ending, and she is not the exception. She is not the one for whom the treatment is uniquely failing. She is the one for whom the treatment is starting to do something. That's what the shed usually is. If you're mid-shed right now and you want something calmer to hold than a 2 a.m. forum, I've built a free guide called the Hair Loss First Steps Guide. It walks through the same framework, the timeline, the tracking, the questions to bring to your doctor. It's on the show notes for this episode, free to download. And if this helped, if this landed for you or for someone you know, share it. The women who need this episode are usually the ones too tired at 2 a.m. to search for it themselves. Next week, we're going to talk about something adjacent that's been sitting in my inbox: postpartum scalp care. What actually helps, what quietly doesn't. I'm Esmael Gilis. This has been Hair, Hormones, and Honest Talk. Take care of yourself.